Hey, what's up guys? John here with Maniacs Garage. Today, I'm gonna do mod number 3 on the 2020 Tacoma. And actually, I'm not the one doing it, but let's get started. Okay, so it's a known issue that these Gen 3 Tacomas are plagued with shifting issues, sluggish, kind of lazy shifting. So that's one of the main things that we're going to try to take care of on this tune. So we're going to be dropping a KD Max tune into this truck. This is supposed to fix this shifting problem, also gives a little bit more power. So, man, I'm really looking forward to it, because I do like this truck a lot. So I'm actually here with Eddie from ACC Edge, and he's gonna drop a tune into Tacoma. And why don't you tell us what this tune is and what it's supposed to do?
Okay, so this is gonna be the KD Max Pro tune. Basically what this is gonna do is just enhance the way that the transmission shifts, as well as your throttle response, just a whole bunch of optimizations, just making a lot of opportunity for miles per gallon gains, horsepower gains, just overall drivability in general.
Well, nice. That's nice, because that's pretty much needed on this truck. Everything else is super cool about it, but man, it does lack a little bit in that power department.
Oh yeah.
And in the shifting. As far as what I've done to it, really bone stock as far as motor is concerned. It does have a 2-inch lift on it. It does have these tires. I think they're 285 70s on them, so I think they're like a 32-ish.
Oh yeah. Are these 17-inch?
These are the 17-inch, yeah. Okay. So like, what does it actually take to do this? Just OBD2?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well.
Send you a nice little orange cable from the Orange Virus company.
Okay, sweet.
And that's what we basically just do all of our tuning from. So first thing I like to do is just double check and make sure that your battery's healthy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood in just a second, just kind of look everything over. Every once in a while we gotta, wipe a little bit of corrosion and just build up off of the terminals. And then after that, the other thing I want to double check is just see where we're at with the latest Toyota service bulletins. And so for this next part, I always let everybody know, you're going to see every light on the dash light up. I used to have a Microsoft Surface Pro, and I would just sit it right here. It has that little kickstand on the back, and I'd just sit in the driver's seat and have it right there, and it would always cover the dash. And while I know that all those lights are going off, every once in a while I'd have the customer sitting on that side, and they'd go, hey, there's a bunch of stuff. And I was like, I promise, that's fine. So it's basically the equivalent of rewriting the software and kind of like re-uploading the operating system. So usually whenever you do a flash or anything like that, you might notice a little bit of jumpiness in the RPMs just as it's settling down in the first 60 seconds or so. Generally, it doesn't, and that just means that we're ready to go for the next the tune update. Let's go ahead and let's go over the throttle options. So with the KD Pro, we do have another variation called the Pro Plus. It's generally going to be for the heavier trucks, so I don't think that we'll need that here. I'll probably put you on the same exact thing that I'm running right now as the non-Pro Plus, but it's the medium throttle. It's the one that I kind of recommend to everybody. The nice thing about it is if you push your ECT button, it's also going to bump up your throttle response and your just pedal feel. So it'll go up about 10% or so. And the nice thing about that is you have the option to drive a little bit more aggressive, but you're not stuck driving super aggressive all the time like you would be with the highest throttle sensitivity of the two.
I've done quite a bit of reading on it too, and it sounds like that's probably a really good medium of the road. I'm not going to be adding really much weight to this thing. It's not going to get all trail proofed.
Oh yeah.
It's just going to stay. It's just going to stay with pretty basic. Just a nice street driver.
So we are all done there. Like I said, I usually turn it back on and let it idle. It kind of looks like everything's settled down so far. So it is time for a test drive.
You're gonna go drive it?
I'm gonna let you drive it.
Oh, I'm gonna drive it. Oh, okay, cool. All right, first test drive with the tune in it. Initial reaction is that the throttle is definitely more responsive, just pulling out of the parking lot. Kind of feels like the pedal commander would, kind of do that. It kind of changes the sensitivity of the throttle. So far, that's all I can tell. But I've only driven, a minute, so let me do a little more driving here and get into a little traffic and see how it does. Definitely more responsive on the shifting. It's not wanting to drop down into the low RPM kind of unnecessarily. All right, let's do what you got. got the tune in. I went and drove it. Feels great. Had to do a little tweaking on it, so it did a different pedal setting for me. I think I'm gonna like this one a lot better. So for everybody out there, if you could just tell them where they can find you and what do you actually work on? Do you only do Tacomas or do you do anything else?
So mainly we just work on Tacomas. It's where a lot of like the big name tunes came from. Everyone kind of started with the Tacoma just for, you know, the options that we had and the support that we had on the platform for VF Tuner. We do also have another platform, HP Tuner, where we can tune Tundras, second gen Tacomas, first gen Tacomas, 4Runners as well. And so KD does have a 4Runner tune. We are working on a Tundra tune. We've got some second gen Tacoma tunes. But yeah, there's a bunch of options, but obviously our third gen Tacomas are going to be, you know, the best, most refined tune that's available. I'm just located in the Arizona area, so I have my car rental business that I work out of here. So I'm in Phoenix every morning from about 7 a.m. to about 12 p.m. and then in the afternoon I'm over in Mesa.
But are you like on Facebook? Do you have a website? Where can where can I find you online?
So I'm on Facebook under Eddie Arosa or also ACC Edge. We also have our official tuning website, kdmaxprotuning.com. You'll find like a location of maps and things like that for your nearest tuner. We do have another guy, my partner Brian Randall, up in Prescott, so he kind of covers like the northern Arizona territory. And then we always go down to Tucson as well. But I'll leave you with my business card as well. So like I said, Facebook, ACC Edge. It's got my phone number on there as well. I always welcome people to message me whenever they have any questions or anything like that, because obviously I don't expect you to remember every little thing that you want to ask about during our appointment, especially because it's a pretty expedited process. It's not, you know, hours or anything like that.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, and so I always encourage people to reach out to me, especially if you're, you know, concerned about putting on a new mod or anything like that. And like I mentioned earlier, everything's going to be compatible about 99.9% with the tune that you have on there right now. So pending, you know, you put a supercharger or some turbos on, we would need to adjust the tune. But other than that, you got room to play all the way up to 35-inch tires, any intakes, exhausts, rip coils, lift, suspension, anything that you put on there, it's going to be good.
Sweet, man. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to the difference. Well, after driving it for a little bit, I'm on the freeway right now doing 80 miles an hour. It's in 6th gear, 2,000 RPM, and this is definitely not what it was doing before the tune. So I'm pretty happy with how it's actually performing after that tune. When I was doing this same thing right here on this same stretch of freeway, it was constantly downshifting into 5th, into 4th even, and it was just struggling to, it's not faster. It doesn't feel faster to me after this tune, but it just feels firmer. It like shifts properly, holds the gear, and it pulls. So obviously it does have more power because it can pull in a higher gear. So that's my kind of summary of this tune, kind of my experience with it so far. Of course, I've only put maybe 40 miles on it at this point. So I'd like to kind of check it, you know, a few hundred miles into it. They say that it actually even does better after about 500 miles because these newer cars now learn kind of the parameters, how you drive it, and they adapt to that. So, you know, we'll see. I'm gonna hook up the trailer, you know, the boat and the 49, tow it around, see how it does with it. But so far, man, I'm really happy with it. It was $400. That included the tune itself and the labor to install it. I didn't want to buy the dongle and the software and all that and do it myself. I have my hands full already on the 49 Ford BMW Magic over there, trying to figure out how to do all that tuning stuff. So I didn't want to do it on this truck. So I'm really happy. Eddie took care of me there in Phoenix. He's up in Phoenix, you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. Hey guys, that's gonna do it for us on this one. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Leave us a thumbs up. We're at 8,000 subscribers at this point, so it's really cool. Let us know if you guys want some more content with this Tacoma project. This is just my daily. We're gonna definitely be going back to the 49 Ford. We're still wrapping up things on that. And we got our new project, the 62 Mercury Monterey. We're gonna be working on that this Saturday, so be looking out for some content on that. All right, guys, God bless you. Have a great day.